I am Renee McDonald, CEO and Investor Relations Lead at Learn Invest Limited, and it is my pleasure to be here with Andrew Williams once more as we speak about the expansion of Regency Petroleum Company Limited. There is so much that has been happening, so many announcements coming back to back, and we thank Mr. Williams. I just want to say thank you from now for taking the time to speak to us about it and to speak to your shareholders about what has been going on with RPL. So, as I welcome
Thanks for having me too.
Yes, always a pleasure.
Yeah.
The time is not taken for granted, right? So as we start, let's kick off with the Yaadman acquisition. So this is something that we know you have been wanting to do in terms of LPG expansion, and inorganic expansion is still great expansion. So tell us a little bit about what this means and what this expansion looks like. How does the market share change now that you have acquired the LPG operations from Yaadman?
Okay, so acquiring the LPG operations from Yaadman, first of all, falls just in line with our plans and forecasts for the company. We have always been saying that we wanted to focus on the latter part of last year to going into this year on our LPG expansion, primarily in household cylinders. We already have a market share in bulk, as for hotels, restaurants, and bakeries. And we know this now falls right in line with our expansions, or our plans to expand on LPG household cylinders.
Yes.
Now, this basically, it's an acquisition of Yaadman, and it multiplies our market share immediately.
Yes.
So let me repeat, it multiplies our market share immediately, as opposed to if we were to procure these cylinders, this similar investment from overseas suppliers, have them come into the country before we can experience the profitability from it. So we would have to do that heavy capital expenditure, sitting down for a few months, up to probably 6 months, probably 9 months, to have it in circulation within the market. Now, so that's the beauty about this acquisition, is that we have acquired an overnight business in layman's terms. We acquired an overnight business. So we did our due diligence on it. We have been in negotiations for some time also. We have been in negotiations for some time. And based on our plans to expand, this fell right in line. So we have acquired storage tanks, delivery units, cylinders.
Yes.
Primarily. We now have in our portfolio a 30 pound or 33 pound cylinder, which prior to now, we had our 25 pound or 100 pound household. So we now have our 33 pound cylinders. So it's a huge jump for the company, revenue wise, which will be reflected later on.
Yes.
Profitability, and just the overall growth of the company.
Yes.
So we are pleased, absolutely pleased with this decision. Again, based on our due diligence. But when I talk about due diligence for this part, this is our baby. LPG is where Regency really started out.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
So this is where we really started out on LPG. So it falls right in line with what we are used to.
Yes.
So we have experience in this line of business, especially the household.
Right.
So our due diligence, I was personally involved with that based on where we're coming from.
Yes.
With the LPG business. So it didn't need to be so intense for us, because we already knew what we were looking for.
Right.
And we already knew what we had planned within the next, from 1 year prior, 12 months prior to the next 24 months. So 1 year prior to 2 years coming.
Right.
So we know where we wanted to be. And this has basically fast forwarded us now quite a bit.
Yes.
Because the acquisition, I can tell you, people will ask probably about, is St. Elizabeth? No. Yaadman market share extends to Hanover, and it goes as far as St. Thomas.
Wow.
So they have customers, wholesale customers, as far as St. Thomas. They have wholesale customers in Clarendon, in St. Catherine, some customers in St. James. So it's a St. Elizabeth based company.
Yes.
However, based on the nature of the business, they have dealers across Jamaica, which was another inviting factor for the company also, because we acquire this market. It might not be market intense in these other parishes, more intense in St. Elizabeth, probably Westmoreland and Hanover, but it still exists in these. So it opens that window for us to enter those markets in those parishes rather than starting from new importing cylinders and trying to establish networks. Although the LPG business is a bit different, you already have established networks in most of these parishes. But to introduce our product in those parishes, again, because Regency has the reputation that it has in LPG, we have been getting requests, mind you, across the country from time to time, but we're not able to satisfy that demand because of the capital intensity of that, our investment for that, to just take on the entire country. But so again, this falls right in line with our expansion plans. It just boosts us up immediate. It's an immediate boost. It's a company in operation already. So it's an immediate boost. We will see in our financials to come our increase in LPG purchases. You know, we'll see an increase in LPG sales. It will now make up a larger part of our financials as opposed to where it is now, comparing automotive fuels to LPG.
So I'm glad you touched on that, right? Because in previous earnings calls, we would have done that comparison where LPG used to be a much larger percentage of your revenue, and that has decreased over time because of the growth of the automotive fuel. But now LPG will be reclaiming a bit of that. So we will be looking for that for sure. And then in terms of the distribution, we know, again from our earnings calls with you, that your shareholders across the island have been waiting to have RPL cylinders in their homes, right? So I believe that this gives an opportunity for that, because I have personally seen Yaadman cylinders on Red Hills Road at a gas station there. So I know that Yaadman is here in Kingston, and we look forward to seeing the difference in your balance sheets as well as we go forward. The other thing that you touched on was the intensity of that capital layout if you were to go the purchase route, the route of purchasing the cylinders. And you would have touched again on that in previous earnings calls. And so for a while, persons have even asked, why bother with the LPG? And that's why when you said LPG is your baby, I said, I'm glad you said that. You've always said that to us, that LPG is where you started. And LPG is clearly what you know very well, or one of the things that you know very well. So it is like, congratulations are in order.
Thank you.
For this acquisition, right? Now, as you expand in this way, does that have an impact on your operations? You have told us in the past that there is a lot of technology involved in the RPL operations. How does the Yaadman operations tie into that? Is there anything that's expected to change on your side?
Well, Yaadman operations seemed, in our due diligence, in the admin side, in the administrative side, it's quite compatible with what we had in place already. As a matter of fact, they had similar systems adequate for us to just basically continue with, for the most part. So we will make some changes for efficiency purposes. So, but based on the current operation of it, most of their systems in place are compatible with what we have. So we find that we're not trying to adapt anything really new. It's quite similar to what we're using now, just to make it more efficient. And our operations for sure there will be major changes in the operational procedures for us. That's on the operation side. But for the administrative side, it's a system is in place which is quite compatible with our system. So we have no issues with that. We're quite fine with that. For the operation side, we will do our best now to make it optimal, to be more efficient. And we want to see that trickling down to the final consumer. So we will have our products out in the Regency style, and we know that they will enjoy it as they always do, and
yes.
as we always get our numerous requests for our Regency product.
Yes.
So we are happy to have this acquisition under our umbrella now, and we're looking forward to the future with it.
Okay, that is fantastic. So I think it's pretty straightforward what has taken place here. You were already in the LPG business, and it has now ballooned. It has now grown, and you have the systems in place. What about the people? Are there job opportunities or job losses that resulted from this? What does the human resource side look like?
Well, I would say it remains as is. Everything will remain constant. For Regency, no great changes. We just recently acquired it, so we're going to make our operational changes. On the human resource side, not much changes we are seeing, not much. So we just want to make it more efficient.
Right.
The automation, as I said, we will definitely employ a bit more technology,
right,
just to make it more efficient and cost effective for the company, so that we can have a more competitive product on the market.
All right, sounds good. So I think we can move to know the next big thing that is happening, which is your truck stop.
Okay.
Right? Let's talk a little bit about this. So we would have heard about the truck stop last year,
Right.
and things would have started rolling. Of course, the hurricane came, and that would have had an impact on just the ability to proceed. So where are things now, and what is it looking like in terms of timeline?
Truck stop now, in terms of, I'm going to break it down about two segments. In terms of operating the service station aspect of it, it's approximately, and I mean conservative, 85%. 85% complete for the operation of the gas station.
Okay.
For the operation of the full truck stop, it's 70% complete.
Okay.
And that 70% though can jump to 95 or 100% very quickly. Reason being, the truck stop basically entails land space, paved area, lockers, bathroom facilities, and all that. However, for the service station side, we still need it's underground works that being done, electrical and pipelines. So we're not able to move further on the truck stop aspect. But in a nutshell, at overall core, I would say everything is gas station is 85% complete, 70% complete on the truck stop. So combined, 75% complete overall.
Okay.
But the truck stop is very, very important. We saw it very important. You know, it's the first formal truck stop in Jamaica. And we saw the need for it, especially on that particular route.
Right.
Because that's a major thoroughfare from the east to the west.
Right.
And
this is the southern route.
Southern route, on the southern side, right. So you find that a lot of construction, infrastructure works require aggregates, materials from the east, particularly in Clarendon and St. Thomas coming up.
Right.
But that is not available on the western side of Jamaica. So you find that you have a lot of trucks, trailers, a lot of units, even overall, from small trucks to heavy delivery trucks.
Right.
Traverse that route daily, 24 hours daily.
Right.
So we saw the need for it to have a formal truck stop for that particular reason, for one or another. A very important reason, for hazard purposes. It is very hazardous to have these trucks, as we can, well, persons in that region or on the road will know generally that you find that trucks at times will stop at the soft shoulder on the roads, which is a hazard, especially late at night. So this is a more formal space for them to rest safely, because a secured complex.
Oh, nice.
Rest safely, and they can refresh themselves at the convenience store. They have a bathroom facility for them, and we'd like to know that we are pioneering something new. We always try to do something new in the country, you know, as you can see. So far, our others can see. So this is another bold step for us, and we're looking forward to see the execution of it and coming to fruition.
Yes, we're excited to see it as well. We have been waiting for it because, you know, the earnings calls, it's been coming over time, and we're excited to see it finalized, to see it completed. But with the truck stop, for those who may not be aware, give a reminder of where it is located, and you would have shared what it entails, but where is it located, and do you have a timeline? You gave us a percentage, but do you have a timeline as to when that will be completed?
I'll give you an estimated timeline because we're past our previous timeline a bit based on the hurricane.
Yeah.
And the location where it is. So it's located at Crawford, St. Elizabeth on the main road. Coming from the east, it's on the left, and going to the east, it's on the right. So it's right on the main thoroughfare on main road, Crawford, St. Elizabeth. And we are expecting it to be completed within another 60 days. We should have the gas station, at least the gas station aspect.
Okay.
We start fueling. And it's a dealer-operated service station. It's a franchise gas station.
Right. So that was the next question.
Okay.
So thank you for answering that. It is dealer-owned, dealer-operated, which means that it does not pull on you.
Right. In terms of capital expenditure.
Right.
Just for branding, really. Minor.
Right.
Expenditure.
Okay, so we are happy again. Congratulations! We're happy to see it. We're happy to know that it is moving forward, and we are expected for what that will bring, not just in terms of the bottom line, but in terms of transformation and what you're bringing to the nation and what you're bringing to the roadway. The northern route tends to get a lot of attention. The southern route needs it as well.
Left out a bit.
Yeah. Yes. So thank you for that update. And the final one we'll touch on today is the gas station at the Norman Manley International Airport.
Okay, so as everyone would know, we were awarded that service station. It will not be located, first of all, at where the previous station was.
Oh.
It will be located at the roundabout, heading to the airport or to Port Royal.
Okay.
So where that development, they're now doing a development at the roundabout. So we will be exiting the airport back to the Palisades Road. It's on the left, and coming towards the airport, it's on the right.
Okay.
Now, so you'll be able to access it even if you're not going to the airport. You'll be able to access it. If you're going to Port Royal, you have access from Palisades main road.
That's helpful.
So we are currently awaiting our approvals from the different agencies. Equipment have been procured already. So we have procured the tanks. They're already in the island, awaiting clearance with the customs. And we are expecting the dispensers very soon, within a week or so, to be at the wharf so we can have those cleared. However, we are awaiting the approvals before we can commence our construction. So as soon as we're getting those approvals, we can commence. And it's also, again, I wouldn't say it's going to be franchised out because it's a Regency service station. We were awarded the station.
Right.
But we will franchise it out based on our agreements, and we seek not to do any heavy capital expenditure on that agreement.
Okay, awesome. So congratulations on that again. We would have spoken about it. So we know that the approvals are not within your control, and I'm sure that as soon as they have come through, then you will be sharing with us and with your audience what the timelines look like for that completion. But it is suffice to say that it is still very much underway. It is still very much under RPL's control, and the company is taking the steps necessary to get it ready. And thank you for the update regarding the location, because I don't believe that one was shared before. Right? So thank you for that. And again, congratulations on all that RPL is doing. Before we close, there may be a concern about how many work in progress items there are. That was actually a question that was shared with me to ask you. How are you managing with all of the different moving parts, and will there be an expansion of the team to support all of the different things that RPL is pursuing now?
Okay, so based on the nature of what we do, a marketing company, it allows us to employ a lot of automation, which requires connectivity primarily, and logistics. So that's the nature, the core of the business, what we do. So for our service stations, whatever expansions we're experiencing or we're about to experience now has been on the table. Have been on the table for over the past year or just over a year, which is the two service stations, the truck stop and the Norman Manley. So that we are already accounted for those.
Right.
Now, the additional would have been the QPR that we just launched, which is a complementary diversification.
Yes.
Right? And the Yaadman.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we just spoke about the Yaadman acquisition, it falls in line with our expansion.
Mm-hmm.
So, after employing these automations and what the logistics and the networking that we have, it's a situation where we don't see at this time, based on those expansions that we actually had planned for prior.
Mm-hmm.
It falls right in line with our capacity that we have. Again, because we employ the technology. Mm-hmm. It requires a lot of monitoring, which of our management team currently. Mm-hmm. It's not overburdened so far. We are properly organized and structured so far. And as long as we see the need for additional human resource or resource employment or management, we will employ or take on additional management if needed. Right. But currently, we are in the process of analyzing and evaluating what we are doing now, mm-hmm. and trying to master what we are doing now. We have the capacity so far with our operations. We have something new coming out, the QPR, after manufacturing, and we actually experienced that because that's the only thing that would be a little bit new to us.
Right.
The LPG, the gas stations, we already have an idea, have a very good idea as to what it entails in terms of management.
Right.
For the QPR now, we have it on paper. Mm-hmm. We have everything calculated out on paper, but we want to experience the manufacturing process before I can make a decision as to whether it requires additional management or resources, because we have to control our overheads. We have to, at the same time, we have to have our structure in place.
Yes.
You know? Yes. So we have to balance it out. Mm-hmm. You know, we have to have our structure in place. And if it requires additional management, we have no reservations
very well
to employ.
And what I do know is that your board and your team keeps a tight handle on expenses and keeping those managed well. Yeah. So we know that the company is in good hands. We can see that the vision is being executed. So again, congratulations on all that you are.
The company is in God's hands.
Indeed, indeed. Right. And no better head, no better leader to any company than God himself. Yes. So we thank you for the time as always, Andrew, and we look forward to even greater things from RPL in the future.
Thank you, Renee. Thanks for having me again.
All right. So thank you as well for taking the time to watch this interview with Mr. Williams, and we invite you to share any additional questions or comments for the RPL team down below.